Don't understand what 1,000 NL means. Means big boy cash games. Let's see if we can remember how to do this. Let's get just 1 or 2 tables up first. Just see what happens, I guess. 7-8 suited. Hello. Go on then. We've rolled high. All right, rolling. just gonna send it. Do I want to send it? Probably not. Where's my RNG? I just want to mix. We won't really... It depends on sizing. I guess we won't really have that many raises. Against that size, we will. So, let me just roll. I rolled low. Reasonable turn. Right, Trom, you've got the 5-year badge. Too much is going on here. This is a weird one now with this hand. I don't really know what we want to do in terms of... Like, what do we really get called by that's better, that's worse? Doesn't feel like it's good enough to value bet. Maybe it is. I think his draws are just gonna... I should probably, like, 2 table or some shit here. Why are you taking so long? Why the fuck are you taking so long? I think I'm just going to fold here. Expect bluffs to go bigger. Like he's not value betting worse. It's really annoying having to fold when it runs out like that. I just call any like 10x and spades and probably pocket 9s plus in case he's value betting something like a7. Right. Hello, everyone. Right, so we open a 7. We are going to check call the flop and check call the turn. Here, that we see a pretty good river. We check call flop, check call turn. And if he shoves, I'll fold. Anything else, we just call. Gonna chop most of the time. Okay. Not the worst, actually, bluff ever. I don't give a fuck if it's dark or not. I don't know what you're on about, Lee, to be honest. Who's Ryan Risk? I'm finding a lot of these hands where, like... Okay, yeah, check back's fine, I think. And then set of twin babies in a Mercedes Benz with the windows up and the tank goes up to the mid 80s. I've got a straight. Alright, come on, bluff. That comes out when they move the lips. Did a bunch of gibberish. What the fuck is that? They forgot about Dre. If that was a bluff, it was pathetic. In the woe cage, quote unquote woe cage, haven't you? What Stokes like IRL? He's alright, you know. He's actually pretty chilled. I thought he'd be more annoying. It's gonna try and check this one down, gets a showdown, I think. Don't think there's much merit in turning it into a bluff. Don't really want to bet for solely protection, so... Even though there's a load of shit rivers. If we shouldn't really win this hand often unless we decide to raise, which I'm just not going to do, I don't think. Actually, it wouldn't be the worst play. What worse hands do I have here? And how many? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Just because I don't really see myself having many worse hands. I guess like 4-5. But I think I'm just going to... bet those on the turn. I mean, okay, so the guy's a fucking retard. We'll be folding turn here. Check, check, flop. Blind versus blind. We're going to call the turn and call. Don't bet well big because I don't think you're bluffing like jacks. I mean, because it's blind on blind, he can theoretically have worse hands. for value, but I don't think he does. So I think we lose here pretty often, but against this opponent. Yeah, of course we do. Of course he has king jack. This is why I had him tagged as a nit, but he's apparently not a nit. He's apparently an actual human being, but I don't believe him. Not going to go crazy. 6 tabling with two tables of 1k now. Picking up the aces, though. Squeeze me, daddy. He hits this pretty well. I think I'll go for the check raise against button to try and get all the money in on the flop. I think that's good when this board can run out pretty badly with, like, there's a load of turns that just change the action, even though it seems like a dry flop. Like 9-8, queen, king, jack 10. So I think we go for the check raise here. Go something like this. Seems pretty good to me. Dream scenario is like shove fold, like shove it like king jack or something. Ace jack would be even better, but villain calls here. I think I'm going to do something like this. He shouldn't. It's way better for us. He never has ace queen. I guess queen 9 is a thing here actually. I guess I bat fold the turn. There's still some king queens and stuff like that can call us. It's kind of thin though, I guess. We have the check raise here against the same dude. We open blind versus blind. He calls. We get it in as a favorite. We are going to run it once. We need to fade middling cards. And we win. And turn is pretty fun for us. You bet really small and flat. I think I'm just going to call turn, and then, unfortunately, if it's a spade, we're all in. Oh, this is a weird one. I guess it goes check pretty often, right? Against what, I mean, I think I just have to shove this because I can't really have more worse hands to shove, but does he ever fold like king queen here? Well, not shoving. I think the longer he takes, if he's, the more likely people are to call. Nice, we get it through. You love to see it. Here we defend queen 5 suited, easy check call on flop, and turn 2 pair. Can expect to face lots of different sizes here. I don't think I'm going to do much raising. There's a lot of like rivers. One of the good ones. If he bets half pot, I'll probably raise. If he bets bigger, I think just call, because I don't think he's going to bet call a worse hand here often enough. I mean, now it just sucks when he's got the tighter rag tag, but just have king jack for once. King deuce, that'll do. Hello. Ace king, we open button. We get 3 bets. We are going to 4 bet. Villain peels. Just gonna range bet this for small. Not gonna think too much about it. Hello, Queeness. I do want to see how I guess that this hand just wants to check back a lot. Maybe we could bet small with the diamond. Maybe not, actually, because I think that my diamond hands are either going to shove the turn or just check back. So I don't think I'm going to have small bets with, you know, hands like ace-5 of diamonds or ace-jack of diamonds. So I think checking back, and then I could fire the river with this hand. Do I just want to use like ace-jack and ace-queen? I might mix and shove at a frequency here. The 8's actually kind of bad because he's going to have pocket 8s sometimes as well as 10s now as well. So we also have some showdown against that ace-queen of spades. And I don't expect him to shove those hands deeper. I just generally go bigger. Actually, I kind of go the same, but... we could probably start to 4-bet at this stack depth, like depolarize, where we 4-bet some shit like this and like 10s and 9s and stuff, but I think mainly call, and mid-roll is just gonna call. It's a really shit hand for our, a really shit flop for our hand. I don't really know if I want to start bluffing it. No, I don't rep shit when I do this, but... just bet. Just bet. I don't think I can not bluff queen jack here because all my 7-8 and shit like that, I guess I have like jack 9 suited. I mean, I get caught. I mean, I block the hands I'm trying to target to fold, but I guess I just have a lot of value on this river now because I have all the king queen, I have all the king jack, I have some king 9 suited, and I have ace king at frequency. So I have to bluff this, but I get called by ace high so often and like 8s, like always, and it's just like, okay, well, can I just have value in this spot and then I'll just fucking print? And I swear I always end up in that spot with those hands. I don't have 7-8, I don't have 8-9, I don't have jack 9, queen jack of clubs, so I end up with literally so few combos of hands that actually want to bluff. But I always get called down, and it's like, I have an abundance of value here, and I know it, but I still get pissed off when I'm not finding the value in those spots. And the calling with hands that just don't need to call. Luckily, I've rolled high here, and I think that just 3-betting this quite often just because this guy's gonna just squeeze way too much. He squeezed 5s earlier. Doesn't mean we'll have to peel a 4-bet and lose some more money, but... on 100, so... do I just want to range bet here? I think range betting is fine. Can basically value bet this hand. Maybe should bet smaller if we're going to value bet. Bet turn. Follow through on turn, I think, because we can just probably range bet the turn for a reasonable size. And then, honestly, I block. I wish I had the queen of spades, because then I would block the king X very nicely. I'd block a load of his really good hands. Think bet turn and then check river on basically every river. Including an ace. I think including an ace. And check call. See if he wants to be a man and bluff like 7s or something. He'll probably just have 10-9 suited. Or like jack 10 suited. Yeah. So limp pot, we've gone 5-way. Got a flush draw, but 5-way. I don't think I want to start hammering it when there's 3 players left to act in position. Not even thrilled about seeing a turn, to be honest with you, but... yeah, I don't think leading... maybe? Don't know. Probably not, because we're not actually in good shape against his range. Realistically. Okay, so now we... lose to 7x as well. And he shouldn't really be betting hands like 6s or some other shit, so I guess we just fold river. We can still lose though here. Okay. How is he over limp 9s? I'm going to play ace king, and then I'm probably going to take a break and make myself a cup of tea. 8 weeks. Yep, we're going to 4-bet. We get peeled. Do I want to range bet on the ace? What do we lose to here? 8s. Does he even have 7s? Two combos of 7-8 suited. Yeah. Obviously, we are never folding here, so just call down, I guess. 8's a really good card. There's now only one combo of 8s and one combo of 7-8. Is there much merit in betting? I don't think so. There's going to be some like 10-9 suited and stuff. Maybe getting value from them and protecting, but I think just this. And the 5 shouldn't, touch wood, change anything. You shouldn't have 6-9. And I guess we can only shove, right? Yeah. Just hope he has that ace queen suited. I think he should call most of his ace X. I mean, I don't know. Fuck knows what we're bluffing there. I guess 5-6. Do we? I don't even have 5-6 suited. Pretty reasonable flop for king 10. I think big bets on this board. This hand's definitely a hand that's going to want to bet, I think. Could overbet this. I think GTO Wizard plays like overbet or check a lot on this board. Ooh. So Villain's got way more 10x than we do. I don't know what we want to do here. I think I'm going to do something like this with it being double flush draw. I don't think I want to bet too big here because we still have a lot of hands that aren't 10x. And then obviously we just stack off. I think ace 10 is going to raise flop pretty often as well. And then something like this, I think. I think shove's a bit too much. Yeah, I think something like this. It's pretty interesting, this one. With it being the 10 on the turn. He flattered. This guy's just a whopper. This is good as well, because if he flats, sometimes he rejams. He jams, and then we get to play from there, so he should play a lot of 4-bet or folds here. And maybe the occasional trap with like aces and kings as a flat, but people just don't do that. Alright, we got 4-bet. If he'd have called, I probably would have jammed. I think I'm just going to flat here. Yeah, we're going to flat. Reasonable looking flop. Do I want to raise the flop? It's amazing, isn't it, Rocket? I think I'm going to raise this for a couple of reasons. The main one is that I want to get it in against queens and kings. Also, he's in a spot with hands like 10s and 9s if he ever has those with a spade. And also, he hits the jack pretty often with hands like ace jack and king jack if he's going to bluff those. So I think raising to get it in here. Maybe I should only do this without the spade. Our hand is so good. It's almost like a punt. It feels kind of punty to raise because it's like a really good board for us. I mean, he has jack sometimes, which sucks, but makes no difference because it goes in when he has that anyway. Oh my god, you love to see that. Jesus Christ, you love to see that. We're going to run things twice. Need to fade 2 outs. Hold the first. And hold the second. You love to see it. I love it when a plan comes together. Love it when a plan comes together. And so there's like, you know, in case the turn... I mean, what did the turn come? When the turn comes, you know, a card like the Queen of Spades or something. It was the 7 of Spades, so he's not even going to love that. How often we actually shove in this spot versus 4-bet. Feel like I can range bet this. Seems like a board that's just really, really good for us. So range bet, and then call down river and hope he has like 10 jack on brick run out. I'm not expecting to see raises. I don't really see... I don't really play a lot of raises here. In fact, I play 0. And I think without backdoor clubs, we can just fold on flop. No. I guess I have to check or bet really small here. I'm going to go for 6.66. Maybe not. Maybe it's just polar and just... weird one. I think I'm going to call this because I block ace-4 suited, which I'm quite happy with. So, does he ever have 4s? 4s would suck absolute dicks, but I think I check call this on river anyway. I think I like not having a 10 or a jack or whatever. Does anybody ever bluff, though? Is the question. And I'm going to see what this spot's saying. But I don't think I want to fold ace-x too much here. If he has ace-jack and owns us, then so be it. For 4-betting. Because you are now putting hands that would flat, always, into your 4-bet or always range. Why is this guy leading? But it will depend, for example, you know, testosterone. What I was trying to say is that it can depend on, they might just do it with certain combos, so they're doing it at a balance. So they might call ace-queen half the time. I really didn't want to see this. Surely this is just never a lead on 9-5-3. I mean, I just don't need to call down now. I don't think, because I have... I mean, do I ever, like, call the king X? But I have kings, 9s, 5s, 3s. No, that's a check or bet here. It's a pretty fucking good river, though. I don't want to jinx things and say this is the nuts, but... I guess it's just something like this, and then overbet does a lot. He's going to check jam his sets anyway, I would imagine. So... I want to actually potentially give him room to bluff, but I don't think anyone's going to check jam bluff here. But if he does have a hand like 6-7 suited. Spiros with the raid. Thank you very much. Welcome in, boys and girls. Ace-9, we are going to defend. And Queen-10 we're going to defend. And we hit a piece of both. We will likely see you at the river. I think Queen-Jack I will raise. I mean, we could raise this occasionally, I think. A 9 is a welcome turn. The 3... well, the ace is not a welcome river. I don't think we can value bet now. Maybe really small against certain opponent types, but... easy call here with the ace-9, and that is a grim river. Does he bluff queen jack and queen 10? He probably does, and he's going to bet massive with him. Yeah, he's going to shove. I'm going to have to call here and just hope he has queen 10 or queen jack here, I think. We block boats, and boats, like nines is the best hand to do this with. So I think this is going to have to be a call. I think it's actually a really good hand to call with, so... Yeah, that's such a sick river, man. Good. If you know he's calling with a flush draw, why aren't you charging him for it? And it changed my entire perspective on how I was playing the game. So that was the biggest piece of advice that helped me. So I would just say that talking to people, your peers that know the game better than you, is going to be your best way of improving, basically. I'm going to click this and then bomb turn. This guy limp called and then donk the flop. And... now it gets a bit awkward because I don't really want to raise the turn. Guess just call and bluff every river versus check. Yeah. I don't think I need to shove here, but I'm going to shove. My value wants to shove. Just don't have like... I mean, what if he has fours and calls? Yeah, he's got a king. Maybe I don't need to shove there. Must be the zip. Give me the king of clubs. We'll be seeing a river for sure. I guess if he checks, we could bet. And then there is a world where we don't see a river. Well, there's not, because I'm never folding, so... I'm gonna bet, and then I might shove river, we'll see. Been doing a lot of bluffing, and so hopefully if the river comes something like... I mean, what can I even shove on? Yeah, I'll shove on a queen. Maybe he's got like 7s, 8s, 9s, stuff like that. Some 5, 6 suited, maybe some 5, 4, and we might even get paid off by those. I'm gonna shove. Just hero call me with a worse hand than kings. Because we've been bluffing lows and getting called down loads. Right, no snap's good. Call with a worse hand, please. Pocket 4s. 5, 4. Ace 6. Pocket 7s. I feel like he's going to fold. Do they just know when I have it? Come on. Yes! Call quicker, buddy! 1k game on GG. Looks pretty juice. There's a seat available as well. Pretty reasonable flop here. Going to just go for 3 streets on a lot of runouts and hope we don't get raised at any points. I think you should take Lena's advice, play like him more. 7s will be our last hand, and then we'll do some a couple of spots in GTO Wizard, I think. Don't get me started, KN. Don't get me started. Right, I'm going to have to call this 3-bet. Regardless of roll, just because... Last hand, just give me a 7. Why would you give me this board? Do I ever fold versus bigger size on flop? I don't know. I'm on a higher roll, so I'm definitely not gonna. But like 5s and 6s is just better here. for this reason. We can just turn equity. Now we have a very easy fold on turn.
Are you kidding
Our
me?
hand has little room to improve. The snap check back. I could consider calling this river here. But why would I consider calling, chaps? Right, guys. It's been emotional, so definitely lost because we bluffed too much because we're a f***ing grown-up. Really frustrating, especially when the bluffs, I think, were very good and the calls, I think, from Villain were very, very bad. Make sure you follow on Twitch if you're not already doing so, and if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, click the button if you're watching on YouTube.